Now, I'm going to say real quick that I was honestly thinking about getting Ula because we were able to pick up Ulton of the Shell. We need 4 of these, and that's not too hard to obtain. It just means I need to do every single event and every single tournament, but I think I can do that. That's not too hard to obtain, but I think I can do that. Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks and Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Dudes and dudettes, we have some sad news to talk about today. We tried in all our might to get the 4th copy of Maruka, but we miserably failed, as you can see here. I wasn't able to pick up the 4th copy of Turlak. Some unfortunate events, I think, just happened. The events and the tournaments put their rares and just milestones all together pretty high. For instance, the Dungeon Divers, there were 2 rares in that one, and I ended up like 183 points too short for it, for the 2nd rare. So it was 5,500 points, I believe, to obtain the 2nd rare in that Dungeon Divers, and I stranded on 5,317 points, and I did everything I could to get extra energy to try and finish that. I went in here, I got this 300 energy from this. I had a, no, not here. I had a 500 energy here yesterday, or earlier today actually. I used up all my gems. Well, now I have 41 again, but I was at 34, so I was like done and done. I made sure I had this energy. I was trying to push for this still, like that was my last hope. Then I could well, actually, to get this I would have had to bought a refill for 15 gems, and the 10 gems I could have netted here would have gotten me some extra energy, but I'm not even sure if I would have gotten, you know, the points that way. But I mean, if I would have tried, because I was doing literally everything. I even came down here, so there's like this mission right here. This was the last mission I had, or challenge I had to do here, right? I spent 500,000 silver just to swap some gear around, just to swap it back again, but just to complete this stupid challenge right here, to get 75 miserable energy, try and get there, right? But I don't know, man. I tried everything. I try to get energy everywhere possible, and we just fell short in the Dungeon Divers on 5,317 points. And prior to that, you may remember that last week we obtained a Turlak from an ancient shard, which was, you know, that was a win. We were like, okay, nice, now we can actually skip one of the other things. And my plan in my head was, well, I'm probably gonna have difficulties getting that rare from the 2nd rare from the Dungeon Divers, so we'll have like this bonus rare so that we don't necessarily have to go for that Dungeon Divers if we can't. But going into the artifact enhancement, I had 10 million silver, and a bunch of artifacts that were at 15, a bunch of them that were at 11, and just like all my gems still to farm, like 700 gems to farm still, a bunch of energy to farm still. Dungeon Divers was going on, I think, still, or some other tournament. I don't remember exactly which tournament was going on, but I must have had like 15 to 20 million silver put into the artifact enhancement event, and we didn't even come close with that amount. We didn't like, I think I was even like a couple of points short of 3,300, and that would have gotten me I think 500 extra of this or something. Yeah, so the rare and artifact enhancement, I believe, was at 4,700 or something like that, 750 probably, and we didn't even get to 3,300 with, you know, somewhere between 15 and 20 million silver, while also just, you know, doing spider constantly just to get extra silver. And I don't know, man, like when I didn't get the artifact enhancement thing, that at that point I was kind of starting to sweat, you know. I was like, damn, now we have to get the Dungeon Divers, and I knew that that was going to be very, very hard. And it was, because at first I thought, you know, I'm just going to do, because there was also a training event going on, right? So we had to make sure that we got the training points, which I also learned about something very, I don't know, something I found out about that I'm actually still kind of pissed off about, is when you have a training event and it's an event and it's not a tournament, your books don't count for points. So when you have a training tournament, your books here, yeah, your epic books and your legendary books, your rare books, they count for points to the tournament, right? You get extra points for that. In the event, it's not the case. Why? Don't do it for tournaments and don't do it for events. What kind of logic is that? How confusing is that even for a new player? Like, it was even confusing for me, and I've been playing the game for 20 months. Like, what are you doing, Plarium? Either you put it in both, or you just don't put it in there at all. Period. Like, there's no discussion. And I don't even want to see a comment about it, because there's just no discussion, okay? You don't separate these two because one's an event and one's a tournament. Put it in both, or don't put it in the game. That's it. Yeah, but they do it in the tournaments, so people put more. I know why they put it in the tournaments. I know it's so that the whales would just throw a bunch of books into an epic that they're gonna probably feed anyway, because that's what's going on with people up on top. They have like 200 epic books what they have no use for, so they just dump it into epics, and then they feed those epics because they don't have room to put the legendary champions in their accounts or in their vaults even. I know what's going on, don't worry, but it's wrong, okay? Like, if you do it for tournaments, do it for events too. There's no way. Like, you're already they raised the points after they did the thing with the books, even for the events, but then they didn't, you know, you don't get points with the events. Did you even see what the training event reward was if you completed it? So for like people who weren't going for the Oella fusion, they had no incentive to go for that training event whatsoever either, because the top prize for a whopping 9,000 points, which again you could not do with books this time for whatever reason, was one epic book. I don't know who is in charge of these rewards, if they have like the CEO looking down upon them to see that they're not giving away too much stuff or whatever. But you need to make your events and tournaments something that we want to do. Like if I, for instance, wasn't going for, well, in my case, the Marukas here, but the Oella fusion, why would I want to participate in this training event? Like, there was no reason. The best thing you could get, or well, in their opinion, I guess, because one epic book, yeah, it's really good, and I need them on this account right now. But even on my main account, which is level 100, the main thing was an epic book, and that account doesn't need epic books either. Like, who is that for even? Who wants to do 9,000 points for one freaking epic book? The second prize, so right underneath that, another mind-blowing fact, was I'm going to repeat this and show it here, a 5-star ore. At like 7,000 something points, by the way. A 5-star ore. You know how useless 5-star ore is? Do you know how useless that is? I'd say it's almost as useless as a 2-star chicken. I could actually even make merit that it's more useless than a 2-star chicken. It's only usable for players to a certain extent, and then it just drops off like a block of cement. It just... My main account, I don't do much with 5-star ore stuff. Not gonna lie. There's not much I do with it. Like, if I happen to triple roll something, I might give it a go, but half the time I'll sell it before I even think about it, because it doesn't matter. Now, for an account like this, sure, you can use that, but do you want to get 7,700 points for that? Hell no. Hell no, you don't want to get that many points for that. Yeah, today, guys, I'm obviously salty, okay? So, that's where this rant is coming from. I'm obviously very salty. This could have been, I'll put it that way, this could have been really fun, and this could have been, you know, way more tractable for all players, really. But Plarium just... Yeah, like I said, I don't understand who is at that top, who makes these decisions. I really don't. Wouldn't you, like, want people to be able to get that? Some of these were, like, literally impossible unless you just put your computer on all night long and threw in a bunch of gems and energy. And people aren't going to do that, okay? I mean, some people will. And, I mean, I've done it before, but I'm not doing that all the time. And certainly wasn't going to be doing it for this, because there was no reward at the end. If there was a legendary book at the end, that's a different story. Then I might have pushed for that. For an epic book, though? Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, no way. An epic book is like worth what? $1? I don't know. To me, it's like worth $1 probably. Maybe less even. It's just stupid, dude. It's really stupid. But yeah, that said, we're in a pretty shitty situation now because, well, we're just kind of pulling these mysteries and all the ancients we're getting, trying to see if we can find that last Turlac. We have a day now left, I think, to do the fusion. Day and 3 hours. So, every ancient I get, we're pulling it. And all these mysteries, we're pulling it. Just in case we might get the last rare we need, right? But it's Yeah, it's just a desperation move basically at this point. Now, we are still going to build the Phoenix comp, okay? That's still happening. I've got a backup plan for this, so our plan B, well, there's two backup plans. First, there's the plan that we're actually eventually going to do, which is just use 3 Marukas, yeah, in our Phoenix comp. Eventually, that's what we want to be doing anyway. We want 3 Marukas, somewhere around 250 speed or something. Once we get there, I'll give you the speeds we need for that and stuff. But right now we are most likely not going to be able to get 250 speed. Like, I don't even have that many. I probably can't even gear all my Marukas at this point. Like, we don't have that much gear in general. Like, even speed is not that much, and yeah, just don't have that much going for us right now. See, so you get 3 champions into 250 plus speed. That's not gonna, there's no way, just no way that's gonna happen. But so to do that, we were normally gonna be using 4 Marukas at a 1-1 ratio. However, because we're probably not gonna be getting our 4th Maruka here, because we're missing one of these dudes down at the bottom, we do have a backup plan for now. It's one that I really didn't want to do for several obvious reasons, but the backup plan is right here. This is our backup plan. Now, she has the Revive on Death on a 4-turn cooldown as well, see? The reason I didn't really want to use Sky Touch, though, is the only way this works is if I don't ascend her. Well, 2 stars, fine. Not allowed to ascend to 3-star or higher. Which means we can't get an amulet on her, we can't get a banner on her. We are allowed to 6-star her, obviously. So I will be doing that. We are almost at the speed that we would need for Ultra Nightmare 2. So that's kind of nice already. I don't really have to do much about her build for the moment. I'll have to glyph some stuff, I guess. I mean, that's fine. We can do that. And then we can get her speed what we need it to be. But she's really good for the dungeon comps I've been using her with together with Terrace. Even in Arena, I've been using, like, for offense, I've been using her, Terrace, Deacon, and Rhonda, usually to lock out one of the champion's skills, right? So I kind of wanted to eventually start ascending this champion as well and putting her into a immunity set once I get that, right? But I guess for now, this is actually going to be her build, and I'm not gonna be working much on her other than making her 6-star and getting her masteries, probably. That's the plan for now. So Maruka, Sky Touch Shaman, and Occult Brawler. That's gonna be it for our Clan Boss team. So that means we don't have a defense down, and we don't have a weaken. I mean, if we had 4 Marukas and Occult Brawler, would have been the same. So it's not too different, really, from what was actually going to happen. But I think that Maruka's multipliers on the A1 are actually decent. Like, they're strong, right? And the ones on Sky Touch Shaman are not. She does have this all booked. Took me a lot of books to get there, apparently, but at least that's something that's good for me, is that I already actually have her booked, so I don't need to do that anymore. So here we tried, we didn't land any of these. We landed 1 here and 2 here. I guess we can do that here too. Please, A3. Nope. Nope. Man, sometimes that's what raid is, right? Sometimes raid is really not fun. Sometimes they just slam dunk you over and over and over and over. Some days you pick up free legendaries like this, and some days it just slam dunk you. But I guess overall I'm still kind of happy where the account is. At least we have like a path that we can follow. It's gonna take a while for us to get, you know, all these up to 60 because I literally need to make everyone 60 still of that team. So I'm gonna be starting off with a cult brawler because he is already performing pretty well for us in the clan boss. As you can see, we're doing 2-key brutal pretty easily. I did nightmare earlier this week and had like 9 million or something. So that's getting really well, actually 9.2 million, and I believe 9.7 million is a 4-key nightmare. So we're actually getting really close to that. I think if we actually 6-star him and get him War Master, we're probably there. Mind you, Rhonda doesn't have her tier 6 yet, and Narma doesn't have tier 6 yet either. So if they would have had that, I would be doing a 4-key nightmare right now. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna 6-star a cold brawler, level him up and get his masteries, and you know, in the meantime these two will also be picking up masteries. We have a couple of heavy hitters in here. They're starting to do nightmare like you can see here, but they are getting close to like 2-key. But most of us are just doing like a 2-key right here. You see Ryko Raid, also a content creator, by the way. Go check him out, give him a like and subscribe if you haven't. Other than that, well, I guess we can show you guys the account real quick, what we're doing. So my dragon team, I've cleared 20 once, but I've only been able to do it once, which was the first time I tried, which is very weird. But I've not been able to replicate what I did there the second time. So I'm not completely sure what's going on there. So I'm just doing 16, which is auto and costs 2 energy less. This is our team for Dragon 16. You can see we still have these 50s. The idea is these put up buffs. He decreases the defense and he just slams the mobs. And then the second wave is a little clunkier. He doesn't get the one-shot them, but he does deal quite some damage still. Usually she dies off because she's not that tanky, and then these 4 come up against the boss, and well, Narma has the attack down, poisons, and extending the debuffs. So yeah, that's that basically. I'm not sure if I should just try a different team on stage 20. Maybe I should be trying this gal right here instead of one of these, since it's better affinity. I think Deacon also just straight up dies here because I haven't built him tanky enough. A lot of things going on here that requires some work still. Spider's Den, I'm just doing stage 10 here. Basically farming with Terrace and Elhain. As you can see, I was leveling up some stuff. I've been leveling up Apothecary a bit too, since he has a shield set on, so I'll show you that later in Doom Tower Hard. Apothecary together with Sky Touched and Naya, and then a Deacon for the defense down. with those 4 and Terrace, we can actually clear the waves of Doom Tower hard. It's pretty neat. So yeah, here it's just stage 10 basically. I need to do 14 on auto 10 times for a mission, but I haven't even been able to do it on manual yet, so still working on that. I'm slowly bringing up some armatures for that. I got one here and I got one in my vault, I believe. 40 or something still. Where is he? Ah, there you go. So yeah, one at 40, one at almost 50, I guess. Let's see. Fire Knight. I haven't done Fire Knight in a while. Looks like I was doing stage 16. Ice Golem. Ice Golem I have no idea, actually. I guess I just was farming stage 13 because it was fast and haven't really pushed there any further either. Sand Devil, have we done that? I guess we... Oh yeah, because we got the Ascend an Artifact mission 3 times in a row. I kid you not. And to add on top of that, we got the Defeat a Faction Wars boss as well, which, you know, this early in the game, chances are you really aren't going to get that extra energy from the advanced quest if they put that and the Faction Wars boss thing in there. Potion keeps, honestly, I've not really been paying too much attention to those. I guess we did 16 here, but I don't even have any force. Well, now I have a couple of epics in force, I guess, but before last week I didn't even have any force champions really. Stage 18 here. Iron Twins I haven't even touched and won't for a long time, I don't think. Luckily we are doing stage 15, but we've been doing that for quite a while. It's just been a while that I've actually gone in there, but now that the fusion is over, we are definitely going to pick that back up and start doing that together with, you know, leveling up these champions for our clan boss team. We managed to pick up 2 extra void shards, so next 2x or whatever, we'll have those to our disposal. Let's see if we can pop a rare, pop a Turlac. Nope. Never lucky. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. It's so rough. I really hoped we get the 4 Marukas going. Even if it was just to see the 4 Marukas battling, right? I mean, would have been so cool, but hey, it is what it is. Oh yeah, Doom Tower. Well, I guess first arena. We pushed up to gold 3. Right now, sometimes we can find a battle that we can win, and otherwise we're just finding these one-man defenses like everyone else is doing. Doom Tower been stuck for about over a week now. I've been stuck at this Griffin 90. It's not even that close really. He still has like 25% of his HP left or something, but yeah, right now I just don't have the firepower for it. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys this real quick. So I haven't been able to do it yet, but okay. So this is the idea, right? First off, Terrace will fear some of the champions, which is pretty cool. We throw up a bunch of buffs. Now watch this. This one doesn't have defense down, but the rest does. So that was pretty close. That was pretty close. These weren't even remotely. I have done it before though. I mean, I have cleared this before. It's a little bit RNG dependent. His build is actually terrible still, so Once we get him into something that's actually good for nuking, such as Savage or something, I think this is going to be a walk in the park. So see, there you go. That was a little better already. Oh no. Yeah. Not getting through that yet. I mean, there's 350s on my... No. Yeah, 350s on my team. This guy doesn't have masteries. But you can see that there's potential there, right? That's basically it. Basically what we've been keeping ourselves busy with. It was rough, man. It was very rough. Oh yeah, here I was also kind of like pushing this level, trying to get that level done to get some extra energy as well, but it just, stars did not align and we did not get it. We just didn't get it. But hey, such is life, such is raid. That's gonna be it for this week, my friends. Thank you so much again for joining. Did you go for the fusion? Did you make it? Did you have difficulties with it? I gotta say, even on my main account, I thought this was incredibly hard. I didn't have to like push too many gems or anything on my main, but still, it was a lot of work for, I don't know, pretty, like, she's a decent, I think she's a pretty good legendary, but she's like nowhere near like a Pythion, right? Or a Brogni, or the ones that are up there, right? The Helicaths of the world. But yeah, hopefully you have a nice week, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.